face is dry, but that's okay. So for today, I'm just going to put on some makeup and talk about this book that I got a while ago, but I never really started reading it until like a week or two ago. It's called Codependent No More by Melody Beatty. Is it an L? That's an I. Beatty. I feel like I'm butchering her name so badly. I apologize, Melody B. If you can't guess the title, it's about not being codependent anymore, or like a step towards being more independent and not letting yourself be attached to certain things and overreacting to certain things. It's a good book. I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm also gonna talk about other things that just comes up in my head because sometimes I go on tangents. Okay, the first thing that I'm gonna do is, since I don't really wear foundation, I do have concealer, but honestly I don't know if this is my shade because I do be busing sometimes to go to work, and the sun here in Vegas, the sun here really attacks you, so I don't think this is my shade anymore. I'm gonna wet my sponge. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this book. It kind of hurt my feelings though, I'm not gonna lie, because like the prologue talked about how much he hated codependents and didn't understand them and how irrational, mean they were, and as like a codependent myself, that kind of hurt my feelings. But I did quite understand what he was trying to talk about. I don't think that's my shade. Oh, I'm using the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Hopefully. Okay, it's not that bad on camera. I don't have any color corrector, and my eye bags tend to like seep in through time, if that makes sense. It's so annoying to me because I know sometimes people are like, oh no, your eye bags aren't that bad, and I'm like, you don't live with them, I live with them, and I notice them. I'm gonna put on a little more. That's a lot. Maybe put under here. I know I don't think you're supposed to put concealer on red, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, I feel like this is a lot. Like in the very beginning, I didn't want to read the book all that much. Just the stuff they talked about codependence, and at the time I was like, I'm butthurt. Oh, I'm like a whole different shade from this. I feel like I just turned white. You know, because of like my fear of being called out from this book, I just decided not to read it for a while. But then I started reading it a few weeks ago, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it another try. And then I finally decided to read the first chapter. It was actually really good. I had the ha bitch moment because she found out, or whoever, the person who wrote this found out, they were also codependent themselves. Because in the very beginning, she was like, I don't understand them, I think they're stupid, they're annoying, they're unbearable to be around, stuff like that. But then she was like, but I have my fair share of it because I'm also codependent myself. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And now I feel much better. I look white. I don't know, like my forehead is so dark compared to everything else. I feel like I look like a ghost. Are my ancestors up in here? I did not expect to look white today. If I look down and stuff, it's because I'm looking into the book. Because there's parts of the books that I want to talk about, which they had good points. One of the best parts about this book is that it has little activities for you to do. So right now I think I'm on chapter 6 or 7, and in each chapter they have like little questions that they want you to answer, and it kind of delves you into like deep mode about the type of people that are in your life, or the type of situations that make you feel that way, or what you're codependent to, or what you like obsess over. And honest to God, it hurts. It's like a good type of hurt though, because it's like an intense type of emotion when you have to like figure it out and figure out like why you feel a certain way, or like the type of people or the situations that you put yourself in, and like how much it actually affects you. It's a really hard realization, but it's fun. I'm gonna set this, so I'm gonna use the contour palette. The e.l.f. contour palette is just a 4. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one right here. I'm gonna put it under my eyes. Okay, I think it's kind of regulating my skin. I have like dry skin, so every time I like set a concealer, I'm always scared that the flakes of my skin are gonna seep through, because that's always been like a huge problem for me, to just have like the little flakes. Like even when my face is the most moisturized it's ever been, it's just like when I start putting on makeup, it just comes back. And I don't know if that means I'm not taking care of my skin enough, or like there's something that I need to like probe into my skin, like my pores, to make it not like that. But it's like I have, I don't know what it's called. I think it's eczema on my like cheek area, and sometimes it inflames, especially during the cold months. So I have to be careful about which products I'm using on my face, or else my face is gonna burn. Next thing I'm gonna do is my eyebrows. So I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild 40 pan palette. Don't come for me, but my palette is dirty. I mostly use this shade for my eyebrows. Oh shit, man. So I'm not gonna talk about the book while I do my eyebrows, because I need most precision on my eyebrows. Because if my eyebrows are fucked up, my whole mood is fucked up. One eyebrow done. Okay. Oh, this is not a fun time. I'm not gonna try and fix it anymore because I don't think it's gonna work. Now that I'm done with the eyebrows, I'm gonna continue talking. Okay, so actually, I'm just gonna go and run down to every part of the chapters that I went through. So the first part of this book was like sharing different examples of stories of people who were codependent, or how like their process of becoming codependent happened. And there was like 3 or 4 stories. It was all about kind of obsessing over another person or another thing. And so I think they identified what codependency was. I'm gonna shut up for one moment and continue on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is my eyeshadow. So for this one, I'm gonna go back with the Wet n Wild 40 pan palette. The Wet n Wild 40 pan palette, and I am going to be putting this shade right here, this kind of beige shade, onto my lid, like all over my lids. I feel like, oh, that's a lot more color than I thought. Oh, maybe it's not that beige. It's kind of like an orangey shade. Okay, I'm gonna just do these, put all over my lid, and then kind of swoop it down here. And so the next chapter talks about, it was like a whole chapter of just the type of codependent characteristics and traits people can have. This chapter really highlighted the things that I really need to work on. Yeah, codependent habits and everything. So this is like one category of it. And then there's so much other like categories of different codependent traits, and like where it resides in your like the area of your personal life. They basically were asking us to mark from 0 to 3, 0 being not a problem at all, 1 being occasionally a problem, and 2 being frequently a problem on each of the characteristics. And there's like 4, I don't know how many pages, there's like 6, 7, 10 pages of characteristics that you have to go through. And so this is the part where I was like, damn, I hate it here. I'm gonna shut up again. So I'm gonna go with this little thing that I used for my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna go into a darker brown, this one right here, and then I'm gonna put it like a wing eyeliner. Sorry, am I too up and personal? My bad. I just, you know, I like the intimate moments with you guys. But like, I actually do apologize if this is too close to you guys. I don't mean to make it so personal and intimate if you were uncomfortable with that. Okay, next thing. So after 1, it basically starts with trying to talk about self-care. This is chapter 5, and it talks about detachment and how important detachment is and what detachment actually is, like the definition of what it actually means to be detached to certain situations and people, and how it's actually beneficial and what detachment is not. A lot of times you need to be detached from situations and people to remain objective, and that's the one thing a lot of codependents tend to lack, because they feel things so intensely and they react based on their emotions rather than a logical standpoint. It says, frequently I suggest to people that they detach from a person or problem. They recoil in horror, saying, oh no, I can never do that. I love him or her too much. I care too much to do that. This problem or person is too important to me. I have to stay attached. It says my answer to that is, who says you have to? It's basically saying worrying, obsessing, and controlling are illusions. They are tricks we play on ourselves. We feel like we are doing something to solve our problems, but we're not. That is a good quote. I feel like I'm just talking out of my ass. That's okay. So now I'm gonna go in and do my blush. And I'm gonna do the blush palette from e.l.f. again. You can see myself. Do this shade and then this shade together. Okay. And then I'm gonna go with this shade and then put it closer to here. That's a lot of blush. Okay. I'm like at that stage where hate and love blush. Can you even see? And hope for the best. Can you see my face? It looks so funny in the mirror. Oh, I just inhaled. You see, and at this point, I don't like it because I feel like my face is too flat, but I know that once I put on highlighter, it's not gonna bother me. But it's just this part that always makes me angry or like anxious, and I'm like, I don't like my makeup anymore. I want to take it all off. Oh, chapter 6 is all about reacting. It's so normalized to overreact, and basically the importance of not engaging into a situation or a problem, or not reacting to a problem the way that you normally do. So this is like the huge step of like basic self-care. Yeah, this one just talks a lot about how to realize that you're reacting or overreacting to things. It basically talks about how to take a step back and do things around you that make you calm and be objective again before you go and make a decision or go back to talk about it. I think that's the last part because that's chapter 6. But yeah, that's as far as I got. The things that I said are basically just little baby things, but if you really wanted to read the book, I will link it down there because I do highly recommend it. Next thing I'm gonna do is put on highlighter. I normally just put it on my nose and like right here. Might as well go crazy, go stupid. I'm not going anywhere anyway, so no one can see me. Oh, I don't know what this is. My cousin gave this to me actually. Oh, this is the Nikki Tutorial Highlighter Glow Goals. I just saw her video of her and Selena Gomez doing a glam with me, and it was the cutest thing ever. I didn't realize how like well spoken Selena Gomez was, and I love like the raspiness of her voice. It was interesting to see for myself or like hear. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to curl my eyelashes right now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, I don't know why I bother curling my eyelashes and putting on mascara. My eyelashes are very heavy, so even if I put like mascara on or like curl my eyelashes in like 5 minutes, it's just gonna go back down and act like it never happened. But you know what? I'm still a fool. Still gonna go do it because first minute makes me look so good. It makes my eyes go up. Okay, cool. This is how I look. I'm actually not going anywhere. So this is the quote-unquote look for today. I'm gonna put on this earring, just one earring. See, now I'm a cool kid. That's pretty much it for the video. But if you enjoyed the video, you can, I don't know, You can dislike this video or like this video. You can subscribe or unsubscribe. I'm gonna link all the random stuff down there. And if you are interested, I'm gonna link down my Instagram and my Twitter. But do beware, I'm not minor friendly on Twitter. Just keep that in mind. That's pretty much it, and I hope you love yourself a little more every single day, and I'll see you guys next time.